another Crack-a-Pack. Today I thought we would do another throwback and open a pack of Zendikar Rising. I'll be reading every single card, then making a pack one, pick one, as though I were in a draft. I'll be including timestamps below if you would like to skip ahead to see the entire pack contents and my pick. But otherwise, let's get cozy and appreciate every single card in this pack. So, I'll be totally honest with you. I was on a break from Magic when this set came out, and diverting some energy to a different hobby of mine. So I actually have very little experience with this set, and I don't think I've ever drafted it. I'll do my best to try and pick the best card in the pack for what I think a limited deck might want, but I'm pretty unfamiliar with any of the draft archetypes, so I guess I'm going in a little bit blind from a draft perspective. I thought it would be really fun anyway to actually go ahead and explore a little bit of this set that I missed. Zulaport Duelist. Blue for a 1/1 creature, human rogue, common. Flash. When Zulaport Duelist enters the battlefield, up to one target creature gets -2/-0 until end of turn. Its controller mills 2 cards. Mesa Lynx. 1 white for a 2/1 creature, cat, common. As long as it's not your turn, Mesa Lynx gets +0/+2. Its ferocity is tempered by patience, knowing it must wait for the right moment to strike a killing blow. Yeah. I love how Zendikar has all those floating bits of land everywhere. Molten Blast. 2 red for an instant, common. Choose 1. Molten Blast deals 2 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Destroy target artifact. Life among the sudden tremors and violent eruptions of a koum demands a healthy fear of both. Seafloor Stalker. 2 blue for a 2/3 creature, merfolk rogue, common. 4 blue. Seafloor Stalker gets +1/+0 until end of turn and can't be blocked this turn. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each creature in your party. Sunken Ruins, my specialty. Mind Drain. 2 black for a sorcery, common. Target opponent discards 2 cards, mills a card, and loses 1 life. You gain 1 life. The meal was exquisite. The conversation less so. Adventure awaits. 1 green for a sorcery, common. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. If you didn't put a card into your hand this way, draw a card. Good, we're all here. Let's get started. That's nice. I like that it still draws you a card, even if you whiff on the creature. Blood beckoning. Black for a sorcery, common. Kicker 3. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. If this spell was kicked, instead return 2 target creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. Skyclave Squid. 1 blue for a 3/2 creature squid, common. Defender, landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, Skyclave Squid can attack this turn as though it didn't have defender. An ancient sea monster dragged the Marasa Skyclave under the waves. Then smaller sea monsters moved in. That's cute. Tuk Tuk Rubble Fort. 2 red for a 0/3 creature wall, common. Defender, reach. Creatures you control have haste. As with everything else, goblins believe fortifications benefit from as many spiky bits as possible. Very true. Glacial Grasp. 2 blue, instant, common. Tap target creature. Its controller mills 2 cards. That creature doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. Draw a card. It doesn't seem too bad. I like that it draws a card as well. Onto the uncommons. Base Camp. Land. Uncommon. Base Camp enters the battlefield tapped. Tap, add colorless. Tap, add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast a cleric, rogue, warrior, or wizard spell, or to activate the ability of a cleric, rogue, warrior, or wizard. A new dawn, a new adventure. Concerted Defense. Blue for an instant, uncommon. Counter target non-creature spell unless its controller pays 1, plus an additional 1 for each creature in your party. You mess with one of us, you mess with all of us. And we have a double face card. Jawari Disruption. 1 blue for an instant, uncommon. Counter target spell unless its controller pays 1. You worry too much. Nistdal Seagate Trap Finder. And it turns into Jawari Ruins. Land uncommon. Jawari Ruins enters the battlefield tapped. Tap, add blue. The Andu Skyclave was a center for rebellion against the capital in Makindi. Of course they built in deadly traps. Nistdal, Seagate Trap Finder. And our rare, Charix, the Raging Isle. 2 blue for a 0/17 legendary creature, Leviathan Crab. Rare. Spells your opponents cast that target Charix, the Raging Isle, cost 2 more to cast. 3. Charix gets +X/-X until end of turn, where X is the number of islands you control. Zendikar's seas are deeper than anyone can fathom. All right. Ooh. We have a nice looking island here. And just a tip card. All right. So here's our pack. As I mentioned at the beginning, I'm not very familiar at all with the draft format, so I'm a little unsure what cards here are necessarily good or bad in the limited format for this set. Four mana for 0/17 that essentially has Ward 2 and needs to be paid into every time you want to give it actual power. So we have a counterspell with an island on the back, which is a little bit interesting, but it's maybe just worse than the 1 mana counterspell. Oh, but that's only for non-creature spells. Kind of interested in Adventure Awaits. I don't know if maybe there's an aggro deck that Tuk Tuk Rubblefort could go into. I don't mind the Glacial Grasp either. I like that it draws a card. We can go ahead and take this, especially since I suppose it's useful most of the game. And it has a premium on if the opponent wants to interact with it, having to pay 2 extra, so I think it could work as a finisher. We could put it out fairly early and it could just sit there and block the largest creature all day. And then late in the game, we can start activating it and attacking for presumably a pretty sizable chunk of damage. So let's go ahead and make our pick and then shuffle up the remaining cards. And there we have it. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment and let me know which card you would have taken from this pack. Have you drafted this set? Do you have any experience to share? I'm super curious to know. And of course, please subscribe and come back every Monday for another Crack-A-Pack, and every Friday for different types of Magic the Gathering ASMR videos. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day.